we've done the main stories of Star Wars: The Old Republic, the story is not gonna end. There is a place called Illum, I mean planet, where you need to go and there is the story continues. Because basically, if you're doing the whole thing, you never saw Malgus, like one of the main characters and things like that. So both the Imperial and the Republic side need to go to Illum, and the question, I mean the quest is continue there, like what's gonna happen to Malgus and things like that. And we realize we need to go in there and finish Malgus and things like that. We realize we need to destroy him or things like that. After we done a simple story, we realized Malgus is bad and things like that. So first we're going into a little sequel, which is called Battle of Illum. That's the Flashpoint. First off, let's talk about Battle of Illum design. The design is exactly what I wanted. Like it's called Battle of Illum, so we're going into battle. Like there is droids, warships, like 7 bosses in there, and like wow, a lot of content in there, a lot of bonuses, like 2, and one is staged, one is just a simple one, and a lot of things there. So there's a lot of content there, what you need to do. And of course now on 55 you easily can do it like in 10 minutes. Pretty much, or 15 if you're skipping everything and things like that, because you can skip the level 15 mobs. But yeah, let's talk about the design. The design here is pretty interesting, as I say. It's pretty much a war zone there. Like there's battleships, ships, droids, Imperials, everything. Like what we seeing there. It's a battle there. We need to go into some kind of big fortress, and I really like that. So I think it's really good. And after that we're going into Crystal Cave, which is, I think it's looking awesome. And it's going the area is like the same, like the Illum atmosphere is in there in this Flashpoint. So I think it's really good. Now let's talk about the bosses right now. The first boss is a Gormak, like kind of not Gormak, like the Grammar or Gret, whatever. Basically, what we need to do is DPS it, and yeah, there is some ads coming, and that's about it. I'm doing it on story mode because I realized I don't have the achievements for it, so I just running through quickly on this. Of course, you can do it on hard mode as well. It's really easy. The first time I thought this is a mini boss, but I realized it gives achievements, so it's a story. I mean, it's a real boss fight, and I was kind of surprised. Like I thought the first time seriously it was a mini boss, but anyways, this boss is kind of shit. So for me, this boss is a 3 out of 10. The second boss fight is even much better. There's 2 bosses there. The first one is just an interesting guy who we need to kill, and the other one is like a like a guard who, yeah, order of the Emperor and things like that. That's all he can say. And as soon as we killed it, there is killed the first guy. The other one at 50% spawn some turrets, and that's all. Like there's not much else to do, nothing to interrupt, nothing else. Like not much of a big deal for me. It's much better than the other. So for me, this boss fight is a 4 out of 10. After that, we're going into a mini boss fight, which is 2 droids. One of them is a simple, strong mob, and the other one is a champion one. All we need to do basically on hard mode, of course, back in the day it was really hard, but yeah, it's a really simple mechanics and things like that, not much of a big deal. So for me, this boss fight as well is a 4 out of 10. After that, we're going into another boss fight, which is a bounty hunter on level 50 hard mode. Basically, you can die here. Even I died as well sometimes if you're not watching and things like that. As you can see right now, mine is bugged, so the ads are not coming from me. So just easily DPSing the boss, and after that, I just kill the ads later when I finish the boss. This boss fight has not much of a big deal. at least he's doing some abilities and things like that, so it's much better than the previous one. So for me, this boss is a 5 out of 10. After that, if you done the bonus, the stage bonus, you will receive a bonus boss fight, which is like not much of a big deal. All we need to do is DPS it, and that's all. If you have a lucky chance like I did, this is story mode, so there's not 100% chance the bonus boss drop a decoration, but I received it. And yeah, for me this bonus boss fight is a 3 out of 10. After that, we're going into a mini boss, a second mini boss fight, which is like all we need to do is kill the guards and things like that. There's nothing much to talk about. This is like, yeah, I'm not gonna rate this too much. Like, there's not much of a big deal here. Like, maybe 2 out of 10, but I'm not gonna say anything. After that, we're going into the last boss, which is like kind of interesting. I'm not gonna say it's epic or epicness or things like that. I'm gonna say it's much better than any other. Basically, the mechanics here, there's a boss dude in there and the Sith Lord. All we need to do, for me, my advice here is keep the boss alive, because after you kill the boss one, you will see the Sith Lord is gonna be vanished, and after that he just came up and yeah, stab our back and something like that, do a lot of cast and a lot of damage and things like that. So yeah, that's my advice for here. But it's a really easy boss fight. Of course you can really easy die here if you're not watching or listening to this mechanic, or if you really overgear, then yeah, nothing you need to worry about. But for me, this boss, it's much better, seriously, than any other boss fight here. So for me, this boss fight is a 6 out of 10. Overall, for me, Battle of Illum, I think what they done here is not much. Like, the story here is not much, so I'm gonna start with the story. The story here, since, yeah, we talked about it, there's not much there. So for me, it's a 5 out of 10. The design here, as I said, I really liked it. It's a fortress, it's a Illum atmosphere, crystals and things like that. So I think it's really good. So for me, the design here is an 8 out of 10. And the bosses overall are like seriously kind of shit. Like, you can skip one of them or 2 of them. Like, yeah, nothing else you need to worry about here. So back in the day, you don't need to worry about as well. So for me, the bosses overall, it's a shame, but a 4 out of 10. So overall, Battle of Illum, it's a 4 out of 10, to be perfectly honest. I'm gonna say it's a decent Flashpoint. It kind of bad, like not much happening. Just the design here are really good. But any other, like the boss fights are not epic, not doing anything, doing the same thing what you saw like a lot of Flashpoints before you came into this one. So I think it's a really decent / bad yeah, Flashpoint. But what do you guys think? If you liked Battle of Illum, give me your thoughts about this. But until then, that was my thoughts for Battle of Illum. I hope you guys enjoyed, and see you guys on the next My Thought video. Bye bye.